Hello, Facebook world. It's Valanda and Randall from 360 Elite Entertainment coming to you live. And we are in between a ceremony and a reception at the lovely Grand Marquis Ballroom. There's a little bit of it.
Room flip.
Yeah, doing a room flip right now. We are here twice this weekend, today and tomorrow. And we were just talking recently at home about how lucky we are that we get to experience culture through these weddings, because we've had so many amazing clients from all over the world, and we've learned so much through them.
That's right.
So tomorrow we have a wedding with a Haitian bride and an American groom.
That's right. Yeah.
A few weeks ago we had an Iranian bride and an Indian groom.
Right.
What else have we had lately?
Lately, we've had African, Congolese bride, a Kenyan groom, Haitian couple. We've had quite a few. Yeah.
You have to speak up because the camera's turned on.
I do know that. Yeah.
A Chinese couple.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. Yeah.
Who else? A Russian couple.
Yeah,
Were they both from Russia, or was
no,
she?
just
he was from Russia. But a lot.
Yeah.
And so when I tell people about this, one of the questions I always get is, how in the world does he prepare for that? So talk a little bit about your approach to preparing for those types of weddings.
Well, the first thing is having a conversation with the couple, making sure that you have an understanding of what they expect. The next thing is really doing your research along with what they provide. You're gonna have to do your research on the songs, just like any other, event. You got your songs that are, meant for downtime, like cocktail hour, like now. And then you have songs that are meant for dinner, and then you have songs that are meant for the party, for turn up. But so you gotta know when to play those. The worst thing you could possibly do is play the wrong type of song at the wrong moment in a wedding. So it requires a lot of front-end research, like days and days. So.
And also one thing that is important to mention is you can't assume that just because you've done a particular type of wedding that's going to work. Just because you've done a Haitian wedding before, it doesn't mean it's going to work for the next Haitian bride. You learned that recently, right?
Right. So, yeah, absolutely. So, there's certain songs within the culture that represent different things. You have the language, you have different groups of people, and so you just have to make sure it's what they want to hear, what they expect. Because again, if you play the wrong thing, it's just like with playing hip hop. There's old school hip hop, there's East Coast, West Coast, South. It's the same thing with any other culture. I learned recently from my Indian groom that he's from the southeast part of India. His state is what it's called, and it is certainly a different feel for the music. People assume that Bollywood is just going to work. It's not so much with that one. I mean, that also was played, but they had to make sure the music was played, that represented their language and where they're from, their region of the country.
Mm-hmm. It's fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's fun. Once you get there and you realize you played the right song. Sometimes you don't know until you play it and see the reaction. You'll know very quickly whether it was the right choice or not. So, but when you do hit it and you get the right song at the right time and people go crazy, in any language, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. And I think you can tell when you're listening and researching music what's gonna be a hit. I mean, we know what's a hit.
But you have to ask too.
Yeah.
I think asking, like, for example, my wedding here tomorrow, the mother, she was very detailed and descriptive and telling me, okay, these 6-7 songs are for dinner, these other songs are for the party, and if you play, I don't want a whole lot of carnival, soca type music, because it represents a different thing that they're not really trying to have at the wedding. So.
But I think it is truly a blessing that we are in this business. We get to meet so many different kinds of people from all over the world. And we get quite an education too. We get to learn so much, and we get to travel through music. Yeah. It's kind of how I feel about it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, anything else you want to tell the people before we go?
I think that was good.
All right. I'll give you a peek of what's happening here at Grand Marquis Ballroom. Flip the camera around so you can see the beautifulness that's happening. So there it is. Patrice and Daniel. They're outside taking photos right now, and they'll be back in shortly to get this reception started. We, 360 Elite Entertainment, we are all set up. Randall's got a very clean setup over here. Using the controller today, but you've got several things you can choose from, right? You've got a controller, you've got what else?
Turntables, CDJs, yeah, and another controller also that's a little smaller. And we got a few options, but this is the most convenient for this venue.
This is a big room.
Yeah.
It's a great room, but it's a big room. Talk about the wireless transmitters you use and why they really help in a big room like this.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, through the advice of some other friends in the DJ industry, by the way, you know, just to say this, you should really be close to people that you would consider competitors, because they can be allies and friends, and you know, let you know about some of the new things that are out. So about 5 years ago, I invested in some Sennheiser wireless transmitters, which allow me to wirelessly send a signal across the room, really. So in addition to what you see in the room, if you could pan over, not me to. Also, it's out in the cocktail hour area too. So in addition to what's playing in here, what's same music is playing in the cocktail hour, and it was also during the ceremony. So the wedding event planner and the bridal party could hear when it was time for them to come in, as well as guests who may have arrived a little later. They were still able to hear the ceremony as opposed to, you know, peeking through the door. So no, I thought it was really, and it works a lot. It helps cuts down on a lot of wiring and a lot of cables. So it was a great investment.
And a lot of venues, planners, they expect this.
Yeah, at this point, it used to not be an expectation, but now it kind of is. So we jumped in on it a little earlier in the game. So.
All right. Thank you, Randall.
Peace.
And thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I am on MC duty today, so we always work as a team, Randall and I. We also have other DJs and MCs who work with us, and we work as a team. So Randall can focus on the music, I focus on the talking. So I'll announce the bride and the groom, the wedding party, the cake cutting, the toast, all those special things that will happen at this wedding reception. So we are here at Grand Marquis Ballroom. We love it here. Thanks to Anfisa and Meredith and everybody that is part of this family. We love being here, and we'll be back here tomorrow as well. Have a wonderful Saturday, everybody.